Okay, here we are with my 2017 Toyota Tacoma TRD Off-Road AluCab Canopy build out, goose gear inside, a bunch of GP factor bits along with ARB and CBI stuff. Figured I'd do a little walk around so you kind of see what's happening inside, get a feel for it, understand some of the background. What we're looking at inside to start with is this bulkhead panel. This Molly panel is a cloth panel, great for smaller stuff. I use pouches for fire starter, some of my toiletries, shower pouches, things like that. Do whatever you want. I didn't need the big water tank. Ended up usually using Rotopacks or some Dometics, but you can opt to swap that out or just put the water tank in front of it if you have that volume need. The cool thing about the Canopy Camper, if you've never seen, is there are these tracks running throughout, and that lets you mount things. Usually for these hooks that I would use a front runner stratch it to tie things down, or just clips to clip things right in there. It's just, you know, great that you can slide things on these tracks and just mount things. It makes life a lot easier. Fun fact about this company is when I first got the camper, before GP Factor was really making any parts such as the back door Molly panels, I'd asked them at Wild Custom if they could make me some panels out of cloth for the back door, because I had the stock or the standard AluCab pouches and they were fine, but I just knew I wanted Molly panels that added a little more flexibility. So got those, installed those, showed them to Rin, and eventually it evolved, it seemed, into the GP Factor, which is even better because they're more stable, can hold more weight, and they look great on that back door. Moving on, looking at some of the goose gear stuff. First part would be the bulkhead and this seat right here. This bulkhead actually is movable, so this is not a fixed position. It slides on the track of the goose gear, and so you can kind of create a bigger or smaller area in there. You can make it a little smaller if you want to fit a fridge back here, make it a little bigger if you need more storage. You could actually even push it out far enough that you could put a second one of these right here and then have a nice little bed platform for your young one or your puppy. In this area also have some fishing gear, but in the front you kind of see the Victory Molly panel. That's the bulkhead panel, and then that, again, that's great for, you know, if you need something, you want to have your weight low and secure, like water jugs. That's a great place just to stretch them down. You can also get access through here. We have the side cubbies for the goose gear. Got one there, got another one here, and then on the other side we have another front wheel well one, and followed by the drawers in the back, which we'll look at when we get to the other side. On this back panel we have a goose gear panel, and on there a couple things happening. So we have some Blue Sea, we have a fuse box and distributor, and we have some USB, cigarette lighters, voltage readout. Truck is off, and this is kind of what's reading right now with the solar input. So we have Victron running all of that. And on this panel we also have the house lights wired up. So when I turn this on, we have center light here, we get one on the door, and then we get one on each wind door or each side door, and then you can swap to red for night vision. Less bugs as well from what I've heard, but rest of the time you can just go with the white, and then you just kill that right there. Speaking of these side doors, on these side doors we have the AluCab mosquito netting and also the canvas. And so the canvas will add a little bit of insulation, and the mosquito netting is totally priceless in the summer. You can be in the back of your truck getting some fresh air, cross breeze. Back door also has the same netting drop down, and be away from the bugs. That was definitely a highlight this last summer, to just be able to sit and chill in there and not get eaten alive. Continuing around the back, we get to the goose gear drawers. So we have two drawers, smaller guy, bigger guy, nice work surfaces, standing surfaces. That's the way you kind of climb up into the camper, so you can just step on there and it just eats it up. It doesn't take, or doesn't give it all, just takes it all. In the back here, there is a goose gear plate system underneath here. I've opted to, I had a bed rug in the truck, and I've cut that up to kind of fit along, largely because when you get down in the camper in the morning or before you go to bed, you're gonna have your shoes off, and it's nice to have a softer surface and a slightly warmer surface and a flat, you know, surface that doesn't get as dirty while you're using it. So this kind of picks up any of the loose dirt between the two LL Bean Water Hog mats and the bed rug. It's kind of solid, then you can just vacuum it out. You can run it without and just go to the goose gear plate or put down a blanket. That works too, but I just felt the goose gear surface by itself was going to get too scratched or too dirty too fast, and this kind of captures that. Working our way onto the other side, just get to the fireplace kit. I'm sure you've seen by now and know what it's all about. It's a cool idea Rin had to put a fireplace in his truck, and when he first told me about it, I thought it was crazy yet genius, and those two usually go hand in hand, and it's such an awesome feature. Definitely one I will miss, and will probably get me back into another canopy camper, just because it really is, you know, I hate to say game changer, because it's so painfully overused, but it really is. Having heat in your truck really extends your season and just makes life a lot more comfortable for you or your partner, your family, or your pets. It's great. So that's all situated right there, and I think that about does it for the walkthrough of this back area. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Listings on Expedition Portal. I'll put a link in the menu up here, and I think that's it. All right, thanks a lot.